Hello children, today I will teach you the lesson Uttanka's Gurudakshina written by Mrinalini Sarabhai. Mrinalini Sarabhai. Lesson name is Uttanka's Gurudakshina. Gurudakshina means the gift that you will give it to your teacher. It may be like a fees or the love gift that you will give to your teachers. Guru means teacher. So Uttanka is the boy's name. So let's start the lesson. I am not going to teach the pre-reading, that you can read it and understand that very easy. So let me explain the lesson directly. So page number 71, you can open the page number 71. Shall we read? Very interesting lesson. So you enjoy the lesson. So once upon a time, when the wise men of India dwelt in forest hermitages and made their homes of mud and straw, there lived in one such hermitage a young boy called Uttanka. Okay, in those days, so they used to construct their things, house and all. So whatever the necessary things are there, in olden days they used to construct the house even with the mud also. Mud itself. So at that time there was a boy called Uttanka. So there was living a boy called Uttanka. What is his name? Uttanka. So he was also living young boy. He was a young boy. He is not a old boy, but he was young boy. Many years passed by. So many years were passed by. But what happened? And he grew up. He became little bit grown up. Next, soon he had learnt all that his master could teach him. So whatever that his master had taught him, everything he could able to learn it. Okay, he was such a good boy. He learned everything. And then one day he went to his master and said, "Dear master, you have taught me all these years and yet I have never once repaid you." Listen carefully, okay? "Tell me of some gift I may bring you that will please your heart." Okay, here so many years he had been with his guru and he learned so many things that his master had taught him. But one day, after learning everything, he began to ask his guru, because he wanted to give some gift to his guru in order to repay the things that he got it from his guru. So he asked him, "What can I give you? What gift can I give it to you so that it can please your heart?" Then his teacher said like this, "Child, there is nothing that I desire. Go to your mother and ask her." See here, child. So teacher is telling like this, "Child, nothing is there. I don't like anything. I have everything," like that he is expressing. You go and ask your teacher, mother. Mother means what here? Teacher's wife, guru's wife. Okay, go to your mother and ask her. So Uttanka went to his guru's wife and, bowing low before her, asked her if there was anything she desired. So he began to bow before her and he began to ask, "Is there anything that can please you? Or you are desiring anything, you are longing to have anything, so that I can give it to you as a feast, as a gift?" Then she said, "Yes," she replied. Okay, listen carefully. So she desired something to have from Uttanka. So she replied like this, "I have long cherished a wish." So since long time she is waiting to have something. She has some desire in her heart. See, "I have long cherished a wish to wear the earrings worn by the queen." Underline this statement. So she needs something, she is desiring something, she is longing to have something. What is that? So earrings. The earrings that was worn by the queen. What type of desire she has? No? Is it not a easy thing that Uttanka can do? So he needs to go to queen's or king's palace, and he needs to request the queen in order to get the earrings of the queen. Is it easy? It is not easy thing. See what type of desire that she has. So she expressed her desire. What is that desire? So she wants to wear the earrings owned by the queen. Then so she instructed like this: go to her and get them for me. In 4 days a feast will be held. Okay, she told like this: in 4 days some feast, some great festival, like everyone will be having the great food there. So you go there, 4 days this feast will be held. I want to wear them on the day. Get the earrings for me, and I shall know of your true devotion. So she said like that. Okay, you go 4 days, within 4 days some feast is going to happen. I want to wear that earrings in that festival, in that feast. So you go and get it and show your true devotion. So how much you have love towards your teacher, so that will be shown in these days, in these 4 days. So you need to exhibit your devotion. Like that, she has put this challenge in front of Uttanka. Let us see whether Uttanka could able to get the earrings of queen or not. Can you guess? Or can you tell like this? Okay, we'll see. Uttanka, hearing this, was filled with dismay. Nevertheless, he set out through the forest to the city, where he knew the king dwelt. Okay, he thought. At first, he was little bit discouraged because it is not the easy task for him, right? A small boy, how can he go? Okay, anyhow, he started his journey. Set out means he started his journey. Through what? Through the forest to the city. So from the forest place to city, he began to start his journey, where he knew king dwelt. He knew that the place where king used to stay. He had not gone far. He didn't go that much far distance. Little bit he travelled, when he saw a huge bull coming towards him. At that time he saw a very big bull. Bull, you know, right? Bull. He had seen that, and that was coming towards him itself. And as it drew nearer, Uttanka saw a seated upon the bull. Okay, Uttanka saw seated upon the bull a man so large that he drew back in fear. So on that bull, that one man was sitting, so huge he was, and he was scared. Uttanka was scared, but the man called out. He called Uttanka. Uttanka, drink this, and he held out a cup full of some kind of liquid. So he called that man who was seated upon that bull. So he called Uttanka and gave it liquid. Okay, cup of liquid, the cup full of some kind of liquid. And he told him to have that. Then Uttanka turned his head away. But the man said, drink, Uttanka, it will help you on your way. Okay, that man said to Uttanka, drink, you drink this liquid, it will help you in your journey. Like that man has given that liquid to this Uttanka. At last, he came to the palace of the king. So that fellow has drank that liquid, whatever the that man has given, he took that. And at last he came to the palace of the king. Anyhow, he reached the palace of the king. He boldly went inside and did not stop to look about him, till he saw the king himself seated upon the royal throne. So he was so dared enough. So he went inside the palace and he began to move until he could see the king seated upon the royal throne. Sir, said Uttanka, bowing low. So he was bowing himself in front of the king. And he began to say like that, I have come from a hermitage in the forest. So in forest, the hermitage means the place where they used to dwell. So from that place, the houses and all constructed with the mud that I told you. So like that. So from that place I came, many miles from here. It is very far, many miles distance is there. From that place I came here. The mistress desires to wear the earrings of the queen on the feast day. Okay, so some feast, some festival is going to happen, feast in that village, in my village. My mistress, she wants to wear the earrings of the queen. So I came from that place to have the earrings of your queen. And if I do not take them to her, I will lose favor in my teacher's eyes. Okay, my teacher, I will not be as a favorite children to my teacher if I couldn't get that earrings of the queen. So he requested the king. The king smiled kindly upon the boy. You must ask the queen. He said, go to her chamber and ask her. Okay, you go to king smiled by looking at the request of this Uttanka boy. So he also pleased with his humble request. Just he smiled. Then he said to him, you go and ask queen directly. Okay, go to her chamber where the queen will be there. You go there and directly you can ask. Uttanka went to the queen's chamber, but he could not find her. He went back to the king and said, Sir, I cannot find her. He said, I cannot find her. Anyhow, boldly he went there, but he couldn't find